Hey guys, it's Trisha, the left-handed stitcher. I'm here to do a Stitch in Times tag. She had 3 questions. The first one is, what is your favorite finish? And here it is. This is Mystic Dragon. He was a kit. I did him back around 2002, 2003. The cool thing was it was a gift from my husband, and I managed to complete it and get it framed without him having a clue that I was doing it, because I only worked on it while I was deployed or he was deployed. And he turned this dragon as such an awesome dragon. He turned out awesome. He used the blending filament that came with the kit, because at the time, didn't have a clue that there was anything else out there. And it was kind of a pain to work with, but I managed. I got kind of a rhythm going, and I dealt with it pretty good. Look at him. He's awesome. Love it. And this is the only piece right now that hangs in our house. I'm planning on changing that soon. Alright, so the next question is, show us some of your backs. So I picked out a sampling of, some of my completed projects and some of my whips to kind of give you a range. So right now this is one of my whips. You guys recognize it. It's the Frosted Pumpkin Christmas Sampler Celebration. And there's my back. The other whip that I'm going to show you is my Emerald Mermaid. This one's kind of big, so he's a little ungangly. But there's the back of that one. As you can see, I do carry threads from time to time, but mostly only one that's either going to get stitched over by other threads, or if I'm crossing over, a area that's already been stitched, I'll run it under a few stitches along the way. So another one. My most recent finish is the Teaching is a Work of Heart, Lizzie Kate. And there's my back. I've gotten pretty good, not perfect, and I don't try to be perfect. And I have improved over the years. So here's the Autumn Sampler, back of it. Now I have, let's see, I can show you. Yeah, you know how long I've been stitching on this one. Look at that back. Holy moly. There's even a loose knot thread. Let's see, right there. And I left it. Wouldn't do that now, but I did. So next one I'm going to show you is the example of a full coverage pattern. This was a kit that I got in Joann's, and I stitched it while I was deployed in Iraq. And there it is, the back. Not too bad, but still, so I don't really care. I try, but doesn't matter. Oh, and look, I'll show you the other one. I was deployed, so I serged by hand my own edges. This is a set of 3. It was called the Vegetable Trio. There's a carrot, eggplant, and a green pepper. And I love doing these because I really like the painterly style of things, and they turned out awesome. Once I have a kitchen that actually has walls to hang stuff on, these will be in it. And the last thing I'm going to show you is the oldest, largest work that I did that I still have. So this is way back in the day. Okay, I'll show you the front first. It was a pamphlet that I got. It's the Lord's Prayer. And here's the back. This was back in the 90s I did this. Back when I was still in high school. This pattern, it took me a little while to finish because I actually made changes to it. The pattern had a different phrasing for the, you know, forgive us those who trespass against us and lead us not into, nope, darn it. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. They had the word debtor, and it wasn't what I learned growing up, and it just didn't sound right. So I charted out the words, and it was longer, so I end up having to shift this whole thing out and down. But I managed, and it turned out pretty good. I love it. Alright, so that's all I'm going to show you the backs of today. The third question is loop, knots, or tail. I use a loop primarily. I occasionally use a tail, most when I'm using variegated threads, overdyes, and I'm trying to preserve the variegation. And I have used a waist knot once when it just made sense to. So I have that in my arsenal. But 95% of the time it's a loop start. And I love it. I learned it a few years ago, and it's awesome. I love doing it. Now what I'm going to do is I have a little strip of Aida and my needle. I'm going to switch views on the camera, and I want to show you a little tip. Something that I learned. I just was stitching, and as I was doing the loop starts, I didn't like how it caused that upper hole to become larger when you tugged on it a little bit to snug up that knot. I didn't like that, and I finally figured out how to fix that. So let me change the view, and I will show you. Alright, hey guys, here's that scrap of fabric. This is the top, this is the back. I'm going to come up and pull it, you know, not all the way through. Go back down, flip over, and then I pull on it until the loop is just this tiny little loop. Then I feed my needle through and pull till I have about that much left. I pull on this bottom piece, and that snugs the knot up, the loop up, and then I just pull this in the direction that it's going to go, real gently tug, and what you have on the front is a, whoops, where am I? There am I. a nice even stitch that is not twisted and the hole has not gotten overly big. So I've been doing that for about 3 months now, and I love it. So I hope that was helpful for some of you. Alright guys, I'm back. So what'd you think? That was pretty cool. I know some of you have probably figured it out on your own already, but I've never heard anybody talk about it, so I figured there's got to be some folks out there that would love to learn that little tip. So that's why I showed it. Alright, so that's my tag. You guys have a great stitchy day. Bye!